Bro, do the interview. I talked to the other day. You like him? Hey, Gucci.
Together. Stay right next to him, boy.
You gonna ask us? Don't ask us about
Hip
David.
boxing in the house. First things first, man. You bringing boxing to Philly.
Yeah.
You got this young buck right here fighting. Big fight for him. You got him fighting this Irish
But
kid.
that's what, when we come into, it's not rocket science. You have a fighter from a city, you box him in the city. You know, he's a guy who, his story's incredible. If Philadelphia can't get behind Tevin Farmer, we might as well pack up and go home.
Just go home.
Because how can you not? The story's incredible. We've got to tell the story. We've got to educate the people. And you know, he's making fourth fight in 7 months. This is what we're doing. We're keeping great fighters active.
Then you got another Philly cat, Gabriel Sal fighting.
That's a great fight. Your man, Select. I mean, that is.
Drop
This
the
could be
knowledge,
fight of the
man.
night.
Who came up with that idea with that fight?
Probably you. Well, to be honest with you, obviously we've been looking to work with Selecki for a while, and you know, he will fight anyone. Gabe will fight anyone, and we wanted Gabe on this card. Obviously, he's a Philly guy, and you tell me there's a lot of Polish in the city as well. So we're going to get your street teams out, smashing that, and make sure that it's full. There's going to be a lot of different fan bases in this arena. You've got Philly, you've got Poland, you've got Irish are going to be here in their droves as well.
I'm just getting some words on social media asking why Soleski is not here at the press conference.
Because he's in Poland training, and I don't agree with what boys 7 weeks out from the fight.
Huh?
7 weeks out from the fight,
Yeah.
something like that. I don't agree with him flying here and then flying back, and then 1 week before the fight flying here. I don't think it's great prep for him. So listen,
Last one.
I would have rather he'd here, but I don't think it's right in a fight like this where there's so much on the line for both guys. Basically, whoever loses that fight is out of contention to fight for the world middleweight title.
Saturday night, you've seen Adam Kovnatski
good
fight
man.
Joe
Do
Washington.
you know what I like about Adam Kanaki? He's got the same physique as me. That's what I like about Adam Kanaki. When he went like that, I looked at his little belly and I thought, oh, I've got a belly like that.
He's a ball.
He's a beast.
He's the best.
I love Adam. I think he's
Big
great.
Dave Miller, he said he wants that Joshua fight. And
can have
word
it.
is that
He
it might
can have
happen
it.
here at the Garden. I mean, in New York City.
Joshua Miller is probably one of the first guys that we spoke to who puts a value on actually winning the world heavyweight title. No one's going to take poor money for that fight. At what point do you go, I want to be the world heavyweight champion and I have an opportunity to do this in my backyard? So if you don't want to fight Joshua for millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars in your backyard, you have to look at your position in the sport of boxing, in my opinion.
You say Big Dave Miller doesn't want it?
No, I say he's one of the few that I actually think. No, but listen, he wants a lot of money. Of course he does. He deserves it. But he's putting a value on. Wow, I've got a shot at the world heavyweight title. 4 belts. You know. So we'll see. But everything's in play. Big Baby Miller, MSG is a strong possibility as well.
You have a big fight on DAZN this Saturday. Want to talk about that?
Yeah, which one?
With Cheeseman?
Oh yeah, from London. Oh, I didn't know. You know your boxing. Yeah. It's a good fight. I mean, Ted Cheeseman, he's 22 years old. He's fighting for the European title. He's just won the British title. He's fighting Sergio Garcia, who's number 5 in the WBC. And this is the beauty of DAZN. You know, you get the opportunity to see our UK cards as well. You just saw Jamie Munguia in a great fight on the Golden Boy card. You saw Andrade the week before that. Then you've got Machado coming up. You've got the Bellator stuff. You've got the World Boxing Super Series stuff. Then you've got Bivol against Joe Smith and Maurice Hooker. You've got Tevin Farmer here, Katie Taylor. And then you've got Canelo Jacobs as well. So things are going great at the moment.
You've done Boston, you've done New York, now the fighting city of Philadelphia.
Yes.
Talk about that.
Yeah, it's an honour for me because as a Brit, you always know that Philadelphia resonates with the sport of boxing. I mean, back to the Rocky Balboa days, but it is. But it's all very well saying that. So show me. Show me you're a boxing city. You can't just call yourself a boxing city and not turn up. You know, you've got every reason to turn up to this show. You've got a world champion. You've got local derbies. You've got one of your long-standing fighters from Philly in a brilliant middleweight fight, Rosado against Sulecki. You've got other stuff coming. For the Irish community, you've got absolutely everything. You've got John O'Carroll fighting for a world title. You've got Katie Taylor, who's an absolute god of boxing. So you call yourselves a fighting city. So let's see if you get behind your own, which you very much should do.
How important is it for you, for some of the fighters you established, like Katie, and then rumors about maybe Joshua coming later? The guys and girls you've established in the UK, how important is it for you to bring them over here and make them global stars?
It's always important. I mean, we've still got an obligation to put on great shows in the UK. That's our core market. That's our main market. So you know, when you look at it, obviously with this deal with DAZN, if we didn't have DAZN, we wouldn't be able to do this. But we have this opportunity, and we've got to replicate the model that we've done in the UK. We've got to make fighters big in their home cities and then expand them across the country. And that's the same here. It's not rocket science. Tevin Farmer should be headlining in Philly. He is. You know? So
it's going to be a tradition that every press conference, every time you're going to pull out a new young buck, a new fighter.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, I mean, look, we've got a reputation for building young fighters to elite level. And I think you've got some real good stars. And I think Ray Ford is probably one of the top elite guys in the US amateur setup right now. So he'll debut. I said he's from Philly, he's actually from New Jersey, but it's the same kind of thing, isn't it? You know, like we'll just keep that. For this show, we'll just say he's from Philly. And, you know, he's going to be a real talent.
You said there was an issue where a lot of promoters are saying this and that and that, but you said, let these fighters go speak to the fighters and sign with you.
Yeah, I just said that word of mouth is everything with fighters. So if you've got us making an offer and you've got, I don't know, a manager, an advisor, a promoter, a TV network saying, oh, don't go with DAZN, don't go with Eddie Hearn, it's this, it's that, and they do this and they do. Speak to the fighters, do your research. Speak to Demetrius Andre, speak to Tevin Farmer, speak to Danny Jacobs. Danny Jacobs was the first guy that took the jump with us, that took the leap of faith, and look at him now. He's absolutely flying. So, you know, this is what we're doing. I think we've got a great reputation, and I think this is going to be a brilliant show.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.